Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and let's go back to last week for a moment. I had said that the Red Skull in the new Marvel Legends Supervillains wave was the third all-new sculpt. A lot of you pointed out that Red Skull reuses the Dormammu body, which is a new sculpt, along with Lady Deathstrike in the wave. So I was technically right. If I hadn't said third, I would have been safe, but I said third. That's what happens when you go straight out of a Marvel Legends live stream into... Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. It was still processing, and as soon as somebody pointed out, I thought, yeah, damn it, they're right. 99% of you were very nice about it, or just pointed it out, and hell, you guys know me. I'm the first person to admit when I mess up, or don't know something, or can't form a proper sentence. But with that out of the way, ooh, there's toys to talk about. Okay, as we all know, last weekend Mezco held their ToyzFair, and again during the last weekly, I tried to temper expectations by saying, if they don't show enough 1/12 collective figures for your liking, don't go to social media, be shitty about it. But Mezco kind of took that as a challenge and said, you ain't got nothing to bitch about. Dave and I talked about these in length on Monday Fwoosh Live over on Twitch, but to recap, Superman. So classic, so iconic, so suspiciously free of Mezcofication. Halloween 2, Michael Myers. You guys know me, I'm not really into horror, so I don't know all the little differences, but if you missed out on the first version, here's another chance. The Crow. Oh, memories of being right out of high school, directionless, not knowing what I'm gonna do with my adult life. Hey, why not go to the theater and watch this movie 5-6 times? This was my highlight. This is the one that went, oh man, they are killing it. Then there was a Rumble Society tease. Is this unmasked Baron Benz or just some dude with a luscious beard who really likes jelly beans? Fantastic Four. Veebs texted me as soon as this was revealed and was like, I must have this. And he's not a big Mezco guy. I'm interested in how this will release. Will it be a box set or separate? And the options available for each character, like Flame On effects, Invisible, Stretchy. Planet of the Apes, Wade over at Unparalleled Universe is probably in hog heaven with the reveal of Caesar and then some troopers. Wolverine, again, did something change on Mezco's end where they're now going to offer up straight up comic renditions of characters? Another Rumble Society tease. This is more than likely Hawk P40 from the Doc Nocturnal comic book. Power Rangers. This was a surprise. Hasbro seems to be getting fast and loose with their licensing, but this is good for people who want a different take on the property. Plus, it just looks damn good. I don't even know Power Rangers, and I'm tempted. Gotham by Gaslight Batman. Here I thought, I'm Batmaned out. I have enough. I'm sick of it. Oh, come today. I know nothing about Ultraman, but Dave is excited, which means I'm excited because I just like seeing people get excited about action figures, even if I'm not invested. It's for those of you who wanted Ultraman, and that's what matters. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. More the merrier. Ghost Spider, again, a comic book character, so clean, so accurate. So tempting. Rumble Society Day 3. I don't have any clue what this is, but the concept is eye-catching. Finally, G.I. Joe Destro. I never would have guessed this one. Yeah, with Power Rangers, license it out, recoup some of that money you just dropped on it. But to let somebody do straight-up classic G.I. Joe? Hasbro, you old softy. I'm still all over Classified series, but this may warrant a display of its own. Now all we can hope for is that the solicitations for all these come around in an orderly yet swift fashion, and then start releasing some of that sweet, sweet action figure. Super 7 already had their week of reveals, but decided to keep the love flowing by announcing Series 2 and 3 of their Transformers every week this year. Ultimates! Wave 1 with Ghost of Starscream, G1 Optimus Prime, Bonsaitron, and Bombshell are up for pre-order right now. Wave 2 will have G1 Megatron, which, of course, that's a given. They announced G1 Optimus Prime, you gotta have the yin to that yang. G1 Grimlock in Dino mode. This one is interesting to me because this is one of the few alt modes that I actually care about. So am I buying the Hasbro Transformers Grimlock to keep in robot mode, and then this in a seamless Dino mode? Pretender Bludgeon. I love this pick because it's not just an unmoving shell. It'll be a full-on action figure. Rounding out the wave is G1 Trax. Now, this is going to sound weird. I just said Grimlock was the only one I really cared about when it comes to alt mode, but I don't remember tracks in the original cartoon. All I remember is having the toy. I kept in car mode all the time, but the wings that rotated out were amazing. For some reason, I played with that all the time. Just, I can fly. But this is Ultimate. It's not going to transform into that car mode. It's going to be robot. But it's still cool looking, if it looks like this. Wave 3 kicks off with Tarn. The dude has a Decepticon logo for a face, and I don't have a lot of confidence in Hasbro making this character, so I'm in. G2 Megatron is not my cup of tea, but I know a lot of people who prefer this look, and it is striking. You're used to seeing Megatron all in gray. Bam! He's in green. G1 Alligatortron. I actually had to Google this, and when I did, and it told me that it was made of parts from dismembered Optimus Prime, it kind of sparked a fuzzy memory. I don't remember the episode or exactly what happened, but I remember that happening. Again, probably won't see this in the War for Cybertron line anytime soon. Then Retgar, him I know. Ziploc bag not locking, pop-top can not popping. It's a sleek, sexy import with turbo handling. The VP of Design also took to YouTube to show off the articulation on a very early prototype of Optimus Prime, and it gives you a look at the range and what's going to be going on in the final product. You can check that out here if I remember to put it there, but if not, the link is in the description. He does a respectable Ultimates. Ultimate! But you gotta give it a little bit more gusto, bud. NECA continues with the teases this week, although I don't know if you can consider the full reveal of the, the Aliens Kenner Tribute Panther Alien a tease. More like an appetizer, I guess. Here you go. Like what you see? There's more of that coming. This would be more of a tease, which I'm told is the Universal Studios Wolfman. There's some color in there, which makes me think, oh, they're gonna start out with Frank and Drac, black and white, and then Technicolor for the Mummy and Wolfman? Or is it just gonna be random and I'm putting too much into the teases here? We'll just have to see, wait for solicitations or NECA to have some kind of big event to show us all these at the same time. But they are, ooh, they're building quite the monster squad. Walmart seemed to jump the gun on NECA's Turtle Tuesday reveal of the Shadow Master Super Shredder, putting up a product page that showed just the packaging before we even got full details. But NECA quickly followed up with actual solicitation pictures showing that it is a secret of the Oooo's Super Shredder in black instead of purple and a new cape. Although there is precedence for this reuse, way back in 1991, Chef Boyardee did a mail-away that was essentially this look in this color scheme. Ah, mail-away figures. I can't begrudge NECA here. It's a neat way to re-release this character while getting some reuse out of an existing mold. Plus, if they really wanted to, they could do this again with the European release of that original figure, which was all in purple. Don't give NECA any ideas. Again, that's for people who would want that. If it's not for you, move along. Walmart also posted a Stern pinball box, which feels kind of like a loot crate with a beanie and a t-shirt, magnet, keychain, but also an action figure. It's a small picture, but it kind of looks like an altered video game or cartoon Shredder. The artwork on the box, and plus the fact that it says Stern Pinball, is taken from the Stern Pinball Premium Edition of their pinball machine, so it's cross-promotional somehow. Both are Walmart exclusives, and while the pages are public, they've never been up for pre-order, so you haven't missed anything yet. Speaking of Loot Crate, the next round of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crates went up for sale this week, starting with Danny from the 1990 movie. NECA seems hell-bent on making all the characters from the first movie, so it doesn't really surprise me to see Danny in action figure form, but ooh, they even put the cherry on top by getting the rights for the Sid Vicious shirt. Box 2 will be Armagon from Tournament Fighters, and then Box 3 is Claw Shredder. I'm not gonna lie, I had to look both of those up. I had no idea who they were from the silhouettes. I also had to look up Dark Turtle, but as soon as I learned that it was Donatello dressed up in a Batman costume, ooh, it shot up to the top of my needs list. I mean, it's the best turtle, dressed up like the best DC character. After Catman. You can't argue these facts. I'm just spitting truth. If you buy all 4 boxes, you get Human Scrag, and NECA teased that that would be the same situation as Vernon, where you get optional parts to pop onto him for his mutation. That is a lot of unique characters in a format that a lot of collectors aren't used to going through, but flip side of that, it's better than going to Target looking for these things. And the pre-order is open till March 23rd, so you have some time to make the decision if you want to spend the money on the boxes with the extra stuff to get the toys. We initially got one promo image from Diamond for the McFarlane Toy Standard Edition of Mandarin Spawn, and while I loved it then, this week we got full solicitation with all the pretty promotional pictures, and I love it even more. Don't get me wrong, I like the gold edition with the blues and the silvers, but there's something to be said about the reds and the golds against this design. It just sets it off. But like I said, nothing we haven't seen before, just more angles to gaze upon. Like the back, just as plain as the blue counterpart. Also like that release, you look in the package shots, which I assume is more factory, and there's some slight tweaks from what we saw with the prototype. You have to Where's Waldo it a bit, but they did add red to the handles of the swords, which I like. It adds more contrast to the weapons, but there's also more red added to the face. Yeah, I know, not huge changes, but I thought I'd point them out because it doesn't take away, it adds to. The figure is up on Target.com right now, but I don't think it's exclusive to there since it was available through Diamond a few weeks ago. Target first, maybe, and then other places later. In fact, we also saw it go up on Amazon Canada this week, so yeah, it shouldn't be exclusive. $20 drops in April. I'm gonna say it again, same as before when this figure was teased, I am not caught up on the boys. I have no attachment to Billy Butcher, but the Medicom MAFEX version does look good. Hell, it's one of those figures that makes me want to go back, rewatch what I've already half forgotten, catch up. Looking at this makes me wish MAFEX figures were cheaper because, oh, there's a lot of custom fodder going on there, especially the boots. I love those. I can think of about 11 figures I'd like to make with those boots on them. Plus, it's always nice to see a dude in regular clothing. The big rifle is badass, not to even mention the baby that shoots laser beams out of its eyes. But it's this alternate head and going back and forth between the two heads that makes me realize I need to see Carl Urban as Vandal Savage at some point. It's gotta happen, right? About $80, they say December, but you know how that goes with Medicom. It's become standard for Medicom to solicit MAFEX figures in pairs, and alongside Billy, we also get Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey. At first I thought, wow, they are coming in late with this one, but then I remembered it's Medicom. They're still working on Infinity War and just knocked out a respectable Nolan trilogy display, so they pick and choose anywhere along the timeline. But then my next thought was, why? Don't get me wrong, I have no problem with this costume, which I understand is not the prevalent opinion among the community, but it's also not my favorite. I would have preferred the caution tape sleeved jacket and shorts, but I can understand what a nightmare that would be in 1/12 scale with the danglies and the tanglies. Also, the makeup on the face seems awfully thick. It's almost like somebody's in disguise. But she does come with Bruce, and I honestly feel that Medicom made this costume feel more dynamic and realistic than the SH Figuarts version, so there is that. There's also a question of scale. The MAFEX Suicide Squad figures were bigger, the Nolan trilogy was smaller about SH Figuarts scale, and then the comic books skew in between there. So is she going to be taller than the rest of your figures, or fit in with the Suicide Squad, or over here? Who knows? But if you're a Birds of Prey fan, here you go. Again, $80. Releases in December, but we'll see. I told you it was going to happen, and today is the day. Your chance at more Plunderlings. The Fawn's Grotto and Flute may have caught your eye last week, and now you can go order them, not pre-order, order them on Plunderlings.com. No wait, no fuss, no muss, add to your Plunderlings, or jump in on the fun if you missed out on that first round. $35 a piece and limited to 4 of each character per customer. Hopefully, there's enough to go around for everybody. But from a creator standpoint, I hope these sell like hotcakes. Hopefully, they come out with more Plunderlings, they get onto the longs and the strongs, just on and on. The Jazwares Fortnite Legendary series is known for its surprise drops, and this week was no different. Well, Kit wasn't so much a surprise, but it going up on Amazon was. It went so fast that I missed out on it. And I ain't happy about that. I still have the browser open and just clicking away every time I sit down. Oh, is it available? Is it available? How about now? The page also had the rest of the solicitation pictures, including the converted look from the front, where you can see that evil little kitty driving along, and Shadow Mode Midas also hit pre-order on Amazon, and I missed that too. But this is the first time we got to see the figure itself, and just like I suspected, I'll have to pick up 2 because one will be a stand-in on my X-Men shelf. That's going to be my elixir for the time being until we get one. Also, as easy as it could have been for Jazwares, they did not reuse wildcard parts here. It's completely new. But that's not all. A third Amazon listing gave us Aerial Threat. Okay, so it's not as exciting as some of the crazy characters like Tomato Head or Peely or the Brat or that rascally beef boss. But it's also cool to get a more normal type character. If you're not into the Fortnite soccer or football guy, you can use this for custom fodder if you need a random white guy in t-shirt and shorts. My head's way bigger than that. I am hoping beyond hope that Kit and Midas comes back into stock, but you can grab Aerial Threat right now for $20. Link in the description. But what happens when Hasbro announced that they are making Fortnite figures? That is exactly the news that broke yesterday, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I guess it depends on what that means when it comes to Fortnite action figures in general. I see two possible scenarios, and one has already been kind of confirmed, but I'm going to throw the first one out anyway. One, like the already sold out Fortnite Snake Eyes, Hasbro makes figures of characters in the game that they already have the rights to make, like Marvel and any future G.I. Joe appearances. Also, the collaboration means that Hasbro could possibly put Power Rangers in Fortnite and then make figures based on those, or even Transformers. Or option two, Hasbro just outright gets the whole license, does what I just talked about while making the Fortnite original characters too. JC over at TNI did reach out to Hasbro and was told, I want to quote this just to make sure it's right, the agreement does not limit them to just Hasbro properties appearing in the game, and the license is specific to 6-inch and larger figures and vehicles. I like option one a lot better than option two, but like I said, option two is more likely. We haven't seen much from the McFarlane 7-inch line in a while, and while I adore the Jazwares 6-inch line, they also have the 3 3/4-inch line to fall back on, and it seems to be rocking right along. The thing with Hasbro starting their own Fortnite line, though, is are they just going to rehash characters we already have in figure form? Do I need another beef boss? Ooh, an alternate dimension version that is a kind, caring food person instead of the burger-headed bastard he is. Who you calling a bastard? But then again, I really dig a lot of the costumes that the Marvel characters wear in the game, and it opens up possibilities for different versions of figures we already have, like Cable, looks pretty good. Domino, yeah, I'll take it. Mystique, almost an astonishing aesthetic with a classic feel to a modern rendition. She-Hulk, all day, every day, I'd take that. But especially this. So much this. Probably 2 or 3 of this. It's just gonna be a wait-and-see type thing. Finally, this week for Hasbro's Star Wars fan celebration, we get another Bad Batch member with the Deluxe Black Series Wrecker. I wish there was a group shot with Hunter and Crosshair to give us a sense of size, but I don't need any more incentive to pre-order this. I'm in. Look at that head. So much personality. Plus, it's a clone commando team where each member of the team has their own specialty. On top of being Star Wars. That's my bread and butter with some more bread on top, some more butter, slap one on bottom, more bread, more butter. That's a lot of breads and butters. It seems Hasbro is going hard with the unique sculpting and looks for each character in anticipation for the upcoming series. That makes for an awesome synergy. I can play with my figures while watching the cartoons and waiting for more figures from the cartoons I'm watching. Bread, butter, bread, butter, bread. Wrecker is the brute of the team, Hunter is the leader, Crosshair is the sniper. That just leaves Tech, the character who does machines in this genetically mutated foursome. Of course they're going to save the best for last. He's the Donatello of Bad Batch. Hasbro knows it. Super 7 knows it. Some of you are just going to have to accept facts. Well, there's also Echo. We're going to need him. And then whoever is on the side art wearing armor under a t-shirt. Wrecker is up for pre-order right now on online sites like Dorkside Toys. $30. Should release in August. And that's it for this week. Whew. If I missed anything, we'll swing back around next week, or we'll catch it on Monday Fwoosh Live on Twitch. If you're interested in seeing any of these pictures up close without me all bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter, I'll be posting all that along with links to pre-orders and more information, other things on the Fwoosh front page Saturday at noon, or all the links are in the description of this video. But on the subject of live streaming, if you're watching this on Patreon, I will be over on the Unparalleled Universe live stream tonight, Friday night. It's always a good old time with Wade. We may veer off into very, very personal type stuff that always comes back and bites us somehow, and it may go on into the wee hours of the morning. But tomorrow, Saturday, after this video goes live on YouTube, I will be over yakking about toys with Shartimus Prom. We have some beef to settle, he and I. I say Star Wars is better. He says Marvel Legends today. He may say Star Wars tomorrow, but either way, battle to the death. That will be at, time zones. It's 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 4 Mountain, 3 Pacific. We'll go for a couple hours, duke it out. I'm gonna win. There's no question about that, right? But if you enjoyed this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. Much, much love to the plus if you're interested in seeing videos early or just in a position to help out the channel. Patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. Yesterday I had to play handyman and pull the core or the cartridge out of the single handle in my shower, and I pinched myself with a pair of pliers. Got a blister right there, and I cut myself too, right on my reviewing hand. So I'm sure next week when I get 1080p right up on my gripper, people are gonna go, "Oh, why are you showing that?" Oh shit, I cut myself on the middle finger too.